Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ray Dolan from Mullingar, in Mullingar, and the streets of Mullingar. And I'm just lucky enough to meet a red-haired lady who's doing a show here called The Queen of Technicolor. And the story is about Maureen O'Hara. And it's going to be in the Arts Centre coming up very, very soon. I don't know exactly what date it is. The 27th of February. It's this month. Yes, January is gone. We have 11 left. But I'm here with the beautiful lady herself, Elaine O Dwyer. Elaine O Dwyer, come on this way. Yes!
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good, yeah.
Great. Tell me, who's behind the picture?
Who's behind the picture? My mother is behind the picture. She's holding it up because there's a bit of a wind, a bit of a gale here in Mullingar today. So it's flying all over the place.
You have a show coming up soon.
I do. It's on the 27th of February. And this is actually the centenary year of Maureen O'Hara, as she was born in 1920. So it's very exciting. And to celebrate her story in a time where it's very much a woman's time in the industry, Me Too time's up, and her story is very much about that because she encountered lots of people back in the 1940s and 50s that were trying to get her on the casting couch and all of those kinds of things, and she wasn't having any of it.
At that time, when was that? In 19...
So she actually spoke out about the casting couch in 1945 when she was just 25 years old. She was quoted in papers and everything saying she wasn't willing to submit to their advances. She'd rather not work in film if that was the case.
She ended up, did she do the big show or the big picture with John Wayne? Was that at the start of her career or the end of her career or the middle of her career?
In the middle of her career. She did that in her 30s. So she kind of started off when she was about 18 in London and then was whisked off to Hollywood and did most of her films then in Hollywood. But The Quiet Man was mid-career. Yeah.
And she had a great love for John Wayne. He was quite rough with her. Rough with her.
Very rough with her, but she didn't mind it at that time. They were great friends. They were friends for years and they made 5 films together in the end. But he always considered her the greatest guy he ever knew.
Right.
Because she could hold her own and she was as bad as any man in that case.
And tell me, was she a hard woman, or do you think she was a pleasant woman or a soft woman, or was she, what sort of, you have studied her for a long time. What way would you, I watched some of the videos, I looked at some of the stuff there this morning, I was thinking just to myself, like, was she just a plain hard woman, or what do you think?
Do you know what? She was just she held her own.
Yeah.
Like all the time, no matter who she met, and she was very strong in terms of her views on Ireland and the industry and her take on what a woman should be and what a woman should not be. But she was tough, and any person that I've met, I've interviewed people who knew Maureen just to get another side of her, and they've always said she was a tough woman and she had fire in her eyes like until she was 95. That's when she died. So she was just all the way through. She was just a hard woman.
Pat, tell me, did she get married?
She got married 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
She loved wedding cake.
Loved wedding cake. He's wicked. But the first marriage was a marriage that shouldn't have happened, which we talk about in the show. Second marriage wasn't a good marriage at all, but she stuck at it. And the third marriage was the love of her life.
Right.
But unfortunately, I'll tell you, actually, come and see the show and you'll find out.
When is the show on? I'll just sort of turn it around because this is the streets of Mullingar. On the streets of Mullingar.
Lovely place. We just had tea.
Tell me, where'd you have tea in Mullingar?
Up in it's called Chocolate Brown.
Oh,
it was lovely.
Yes,
had
absolutely.
hot chocolate. It was delicious. Thursday night.
Okay.
So just before your weekend, and the whole show, in and out. You'll be in and out in an hour and a half. There will be an interval. But it's a great night out, and you'll definitely come away thinking, Jesus, I didn't know that about Maureen. She had an interesting life.
How many shows are you going to do?
Altogether, there's 14 shows across Ireland.
When does it start? Hello, how's it going?
The 21st of February, which is down in Limerick.
21st of February, and you're from Limerick?
Yeah.
How did you manage to think of this, or where did this idea come up from?
It came up back in 2017. All the stuff about Weinstein and sexual harassment was being surfacing in the industry, and then Maureen's life came up in different things because of how she felt about harassment and all this crack. And then I came across different books and articles about her, and then I literally read some books and I said, I'm writing this story. It wasn't even a will I, won't I.
You wrote the story?
Oh yeah, I wrote it.
So it's your show. You are starring in it. You've wrote the story, and she even has red hair, and it's all her own.
It's my own.
She actually grew it herself.
I did. Good shampoo.
So another thing as well is she changed the history as well of Irish people in America.
She did, yeah. Back in January in 1946, so before that time, Irish people were classified as British in America. And when she went to get her dual citizenship, Irish-American citizenship, they had her down in her papers as British. She said, excuse me, I'm Irish. That doesn't make any sense. And they said, no, this is what it says in the papers. And she said, you know what, I'd rather just remain an Irish citizen rather than a British-American citizen. So she got her way in the end and was the first Irish-American citizen ever. And that was in 1946.
The show is called The Queen of Technicolor. It's on the 27th here in the Arts Centre from Mullingar, in Mullingar. And this is the beautiful lady. She's in this show, Elaine O Dwyer. And I'm just going to say hello to her mother.
Do.
Mammy.
Hello.
Mammy, you're on tour.
I'm on tour.
And you're holding up the poster.
I'm behind the scenes.
These are very literally behind the scenes.
Literally behind the scenes, and it's the place where most memories go at this stage of their lives.
Well, do you know, fair play to you. Are you on the road all day or what?
On the road since early this morning.
Right,
Yeah,
and you're
sure.
going around publicising the show in all the different venues.
Absolutely. So you have to do this to your daughter. Yeah.
And have you
Especially
many
when she's a
kids?
star. I have 4.
Gee,
I've
God, you
4.
must be on the
And
road
she's
full
the
time.
baby. She's the baby, but the most vibrant.
There you are, folks. What's your name?
She's amazing. Anne.
Well, there you are, and that's Anne, and she'll be at the show more than likely selling merchandise
Definitely
or something
come
like
to see
that.
her.
Or
She is amazing.
we're all going to be
It's
here.
not because she's mine, but she is amazing.
We'll just go back to the picture here as well. Spin it around here. And that's it, The Queen of Technicolor, written and performed by Elaine O Dwyer, who's right behind me, and directed by Grania Byrne, the story of the Queen. The story of Maureen O'Hara. And all above, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, yep, and it's done by herself, and it's going to be in the Arts Centre. This is Ray Dolan live from Mullingar, in Mullingar. At what time?
I don't have the time.
It's about 10 past.
About 5:10.
Good luck.